Hey, if you've ever felt like you were just drowning in a sea of data, you are definitely in the right place. Today, we're going to talk about the single most important building block for doing any kind of data analysis in Python, the Pandas series. Seriously, once you get this one concept, everything else just clicks into place. So let's dive in.
I mean, think about it. Data is literally everywhere. We've got spreadsheets, user logs, financial reports. It's just this constant, endless stream of information. And honestly, it can be pretty overwhelming. The real trick isn't getting the data, it's figuring out what it all means. How do you find the important stuff in all that noise?
Well, for tons of developers and data scientists out there, the answer is a library called Pandas. And fun fact, the name actually comes from Panel Data System. But I like to think of it less like a library and more like a Swiss Army knife for your data. It's built to grab, clean up, analyze, and visualize information, basically turning a total mess into clean, clear insights.
And what's really cool is that this absolute powerhouse of a tool wasn't cooked up in some giant corporate tech lab. Nope. It was created by one guy, Wes McKinney, way back in 2008. He was just trying to analyze financial data and got frustrated, so he decided to build the exact tool he wished he had. And in solving his own problem, he accidentally built one of the most important data science tools on the planet.
Okay, so let's pop open that toolbox. The very first thing you're going to find, and really the most important, is the Pandas series. So for a second, forget about tables and giant spreadsheets. Just picture one single column of data. That's it. That's a series. It's kind of like the atom that makes up the entire Pandas universe.
All right, so what is a series, really? I know the official definition sounds a little intimidating, but it's not, I promise. One-dimensional just means it's a single column. Easy enough. Labeled means every single value gets its own little name tag, which we call an index. And homogeneous? That's just a fancy way of saying you can't mix your data. It's got to be all numbers or all text, but you can't have both in the same series.
You know, the best way to really wrap your head around a series is to see it next to its more famous older sibling, the data frame. So if a series is one column, a data frame is the whole spreadsheet. A series holds one type of data, like just numbers, while a data frame can have a column of numbers right next to a column of text. And check this out. This is a key difference. The size of a series is immutable. You can't just add or remove rows on the fly. But as we're about to see, the values inside, totally changeable. The big secret here is that a data frame is really just a bunch of series objects all lined up, sharing the same index.
All right, enough theory. The only way to really get this stuff is to roll up our sleeves and build one. Let's see just how easy it is to turn a simple list of data into one of these powerful series objects.
You might be bracing for something complicated here, but it's ridiculously simple. It's really just 3 steps. 1, you import the Pandas library. 2, you make some data. A plain old Python list is perfect. And 3, you just hand that list over to the pd.series function. That's it. You've officially made a Pandas series.
Let's look at a real example. We've got this simple list of numbers here. Now, when we pass it to pd.series, look what happens. On the right, you see our original values, 10, 20, 30, 40. But look at the left side. Pandas did something for us automatically. It created an index. Since we didn't give it any labels, it just said, okay, I'll just use integers starting from 0, just like a normal Python list.
But, you know, those default numbers aren't always super helpful. What if you want your own custom labels? This is where Pandas gets really smart. If you start with a Python dictionary instead of a list, Pandas automatically uses the dictionary keys as the index. All of a sudden, your data isn't just at position 0 anymore, it's at label A. This tiny change makes everything so much more readable and intuitive.
Okay, so we've made a series. Awesome. But creating it is really just step 1. The real fun begins when you start playing with it, pulling out specific values, grabbing whole sections of data, and even changing the data on the fly.
This is probably one of my favorite things about the Pandas series. It gives you the best of both worlds for getting at your data. You can treat it like a simple list and say, hey, give me the item at position 0. Or you can treat it like a dictionary and ask for the item with the label A. You get to pick whichever method makes the most sense in the moment. It's super flexible.
Okay, now listen up, because this is the one thing that trips up everyone when they're starting out. When you're slicing or grabbing a range of data, there's a different rule for numbers versus labels. If you use integer positions, the last number is not included. It's exclusive. But if you use labels, the last label is included. It's inclusive. Just remembering that one little detail will save you so much frustration down the road.
Now here's an important distinction we talked about. You can't really change the length of a series after you've made it, but you can absolutely change the values inside it. It's so easy. We can just pinpoint the element with the label B and assign it a brand new value, like 99. It's that simple. Your data is flexible and can be updated whenever you need it to be.
All right, we've got the basics down. Now for the really exciting part. Let's see how all these simple ideas come together to let us do some actual real-deal data analysis. This is where the magic really happens. This next idea is called vectorization, and it is a total game changer. So in old-school programming, if you wanted to see which numbers in your list were bigger than 25, you'd have to write a loop to check each item, one by one. With Pandas, you just don't do that. You operate on the entire series all at once. You just ask the question directly, is S greater than 25? It's not just cleaner to write, it is unbelievably fast.
And check out the result. Pandas doesn't give you the numbers back. Instead, it gives you a brand new series that's just full of true and false answers. For every single value in our original data, it tells us, yep, this one met your condition, or nope, this one didn't. This true-false series is called a Boolean mask, and it is the secret weapon for filtering data in Pandas.
Now for the big finale, you take that Boolean mask we just made, and you use it to slice your original series. It's like you're telling Pandas, hey, show me only the rows where my mask is true. And boom, you get back only the data that matches what you were looking for. In just 2 super clean lines of code, you've done a pretty complex filtering operation without writing a single loop. That's power.
Okay, here's another piece of Pandas magic. What do you think happens when you try to do math between 2 different series? You might expect it to break or give you weird data, but nope, Pandas handles it all for you. It automatically aligns the data based on the index labels. It just goes through, finds the pairs that match, and then does the math.
Let's just walk through this. Pandas looks and sees the label A in both series, so it adds 10 and 5 to get 15. Perfect. It sees B in both, so it adds 20 and 5 to get 25. But then it gets to C. It's in the first series, but not the second. So what does it do? The result is NaN, which stands for not a number. And it does the same thing for D. This automatic alignment is a lifesaver, and it prevents so many errors when you're working with data that isn't perfectly clean.
And of course, there's a whole bunch of other handy built-in tools to help you check out and manage your series. You can sort the values, drop an element you don't need, or quickly look at just the index or just the values. You can get the total size, or my 2 personal favorites, .head and .tail, which just let you peek at the first or last few rows without having to print out the whole massive thing. So there you have it, the Pandas series. It might look like just a simple column of data on the surface, but as we've seen, it is an incredibly powerful tool for labeling, filtering, and calculating. It's that core building block that lets you turn data chaos into clear, simple answers. So I guess the real question isn't just what is a series, it's what questions are you going to answer with it?